Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patric Young and Terry Norvelle.
All righty, we got a very, very special start to the show today as we welcome you to a Taco Tuesday on the Young and Norvelle Show, coming to you from our brand spanking new Tuesday location, Hurricane Jointon Creek. That's right, we'll be here in Mandarin, in the heart of Mandarin, every single Tuesday, talking ball with you. We encourage you to come on by. I'll tell you all about the specials. And when we say Taco Tuesday, yes, they've got wings. They've got all kind of wings.
Yeah.
Wings. But don't sleep on the tacos. I've got the list. What an incredible list.
You know what they need to do? What they should do is because V's Pizza does this. They have like a chicken wing pizza.
Ooh.
They like get the wings, the chicken off the wings, and put it on the pizza. Right. Hurricanes, just and take that chicken off those wings and put them in a taco. Let's see what happens.
Man. Let's see
what happens.
We can call that the PY. The PY.
I'll take it.
Call that the PY.
As long as that means if I can eat them for free.
No doubt. Hey,
whatever you want.
For people that didn't catch yesterday, Patrick, you look great. You sound a little nasally. You were, and I'm not gossiping here because you said it on the air yesterday. You were diagnosed recently with COVID. You don't feel real bad, so you're going to quarantine for several days.
Yeah.
And we hope you're better. But how you feeling?
I didn't sleep well at all. I fell asleep early, and then I woke up at like 1, couldn't go back to sleep because you know how it is when you can't breathe through your nose, and then it's just all this nonsense, and all I wanted to do was sleep. All I wanted to do was sleep. So I was up for a bit. I was watching House of Dragon last night. I'm all the way caught up. Watched like 4 episodes.
Okay.
And I was like, I had a doctor's appointment. I wore my mask there because I don't want to get anybody sick. Yeah. And I was like, I might feel good enough to do the show. I was like, no, I don't need to go out and see more people. And I don't want to get
No.
I was like, Patrick, go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah, you take care of you. What are they telling you, a week or something in quarantine? I don't know how that works.
I think it's 5 days.
5 days.
And then I'll probably retest because we have a bunch of those home tests. It's crazy, man. It went positive after it's supposed to be 15 minutes. Mine went positive like 2 minutes in.
Wow.
Like it was really like that second pink line started forming already.
You are filthy infected. Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh. But it's crazy. Like my mom.
I need to put a little mask. I need to put a little mask on the earphones and mic so your stuff doesn't come through here to me.
Yeah, especially the ones in studio.
Yes. Hey, God bless our beautiful brand new studio, streaming studio, and the mic screen guards. I don't know what some of them people be eating and drinking, and Patrick, that's where you got it.
I'm hoping it's crumbs. Maybe maybe people are like putting their mouth on it. That's why their face is on it.
Stop. Just
you and I looked at it. We're like,
and I'm not Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel's a germaphobe. I think he was the first guy to ever do the fist bump because of germs. I'm not that bad, but I'm a clean guy, man. I'm a clean guy. I'm a clean guy. Hey, Pat,
especially if you see it,
Yeah. You heard the big news this afternoon. We knew it was coming. It was kind of hanging over everybody's head. Great news out of Jaguar camp. Tyson Campbell has now been extended to the tune of 4 years, $76.5 million, with $53.4 guaranteed. Thank you very much for playing defensive back in the National Football League. Wow, how about that? Good deal.
Man, it must be nice to be average at your job and get paid like you're not.
Oh, stop it! I think. Hey, we're gonna have our buddy Stuart Weber from Action Sports.
Was that mean?
Yes, it was mean. We're gonna have Stuart Weber from Action Sports Jacks, one of our colleagues.
The truth is the truth.
Okay, all right. Wow, you don't like Tyson Campbell? I think he's
fine.
He's been injured. I think he's a superstar just about to explode. If he stays on the field, I think he's a superstar about to explode. No? Okay. Talk to me. Average?
What makes a DB is obviously not just interceptions. And
Well,
it's tough with a secondary because everybody kind of gets clumped in together
yeah,
when we kind of make our reviews of.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, obviously he is the best DB we got. I'm just like,
yeah.
does he incite fear
Well, we'll see.
on?
And that answered your question. Your own question is, what makes a good defensive back? Well, yeah, interceptions help, pass breakups help, but the really good when you hit the level that you're really good, you don't get to play much during the game
Right, exactly.
because
Yeah,
it's on the other side. Now,
yeah.
the really good teams have two guys on each side, and then
Right.
damned if you do, damned if you don't. But no, I'm higher on Tyson Campbell than you are, I think. And we'll talk to Stuart about this. Stuart Weber obviously is very dialed in with the Jaguars. He's down there all the time. Reporter, anchor for Action Sports Jax. And Patrick, I would imagine we'll throw this at Stuart as well. This is about the last thing. Obviously, getting the rookies signed, but that's going to happen, right? And the rookies kind of slot in. You know what I mean? Brian Thomas, hopefully he signs. You kind of know what he's signing for because the guy before and the guy after last year and all that.
Right.
So everything's pretty much done. The guys that are on the roster that are going to get big extensions have all got their extensions. Lawrence, Hines Allen, and Campbell. Trayvon is probably a year away. If he turns in a good year, don't you think that'll be his – because this will be his third year, right? This will be his third year.
I believe so.
Average first year, came on with 10 sacks, 10 and a half sacks last year. This will be his third. If he throws up another double digit, then off-season next year, you're giving him a lot of money. The one thing that concerns you, and this is just NFL 101, Patrick, the Jaguars have pretty much broken the bank with Trevor Lawrence. They had to. That was a smart move. They've pretty much broken the bank with their best player on the roster, Hines Allen. They had to. Cost of doing business.
Right.
They just paid what they think is going to be their next 7 or 8 year franchise cornerback a lot of money, cost of doing business. Now you probably are in that window. You better win pretty big the next 2 or 3 years because, Patrick, the NFL mathematics, you spend like crazy, and then you got to pay back in about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because you get handcuffed financially. That's kind
Yeah,
of the way it works.
that's gonna be the Texans in a few years.
Yeah.
They were,
and the Jaguars. You got to win. Jaguars got to win the
crazy.
next 2 or 3 years because they got to pay it back 3 or 4 years down the road.
Well, it's just crazy to me, you know. You get Trevor Lawrence, number one, and you know, you just because it's not always the best answer, correct answer, but you just see what the Texans did after they like, oh yeah, we got our guy. Let's put weapons around him. We can maneuver because we don't have to pay CJ Stroud anything crazy yet. I just don't think the Jags in free agency made a big enough ripple. You know, like
I'm with you.
There had to be somebody they could have grabbed, you know, for a lot of money.
I'm with you. You know my concern with the 2 free agents. I don't hate on Eric Armstead. I don't hate on Morse, the center. My issue is your 2 big free agent splashes are 30-something-year-old legs, and the NFL is a 20-something-year-old league. Right? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
The NFL and pro sports in general, but buddy, the NFL, your peak years physically, you're ready to go at 23, 24, 25, 26.
Young man's sport.
I'm with you, man. Sports is a young man's game. It really is. And they went out, their 2 free agent guys are 10-year veteran, a lot of mileage on the odometer, 30-something-year-old legs. And that's Pat, that's what worries me. But good.
Well,
it's good that this is done, though. This is off the table.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are, other than Brian Thomas or a low pick in the draft, other than Thomas holding out a little bit, obviously now there aren't going to be any holdouts of significant. There's not like Hines Allen is going to hold out, not go to camp, or Tyson Campbell.
Brian Thomas is trying. He's holding out. He hasn't signed yet?
No, but the rookies just take time. The rookies take a little time. I don't think he'll hold out long if he does. But, I mean, you've got your big dogs in, so nobody of significance right now is going to hold out. All your offseason stuff pretty much done. You're going to get the rookie signed.
Well, why isn't it easy? Why isn't that easy? You make more than the 18th guy, make less than the 16th.
Yeah, and that's why it'll happen. That's why it'll happen. So good news for the Jags. The potential stuff, quote unquote, is off the table. Now it's get to camp in a few days, get to work, go win some football games. You know,
Right.
Not a lot of stuff, but you know that there've been years during late July, August here where so and so's not reporting and so's not happy. I don't think any of that's going to happen. Where would it happen now? Everybody signed. Good deal. Good deal, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I think they're good.
what about thoughts on, because the Jags did get Mason Smith set for their second pick. Have you heard anything about his potential impact for
but
situations?
Oh, hold on. Brad Miller, my buddy Brad Miller sent one of the beautiful servers here at Hurricanes to give me a hug first day. Put that headset on. Hold on, Patrick. Put that headset on and sit right here.
You gotta space the camera or the camera up. You gotta go double wide.
Oh, we'll see if we can go wide here in a second. Who are you? Thanks for the hug. Hold on.
Maya.
Maya, how the heck are you?
I can't complain. How about you?
We're doing well. That's Patrick Young. Say hi to Patrick.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Maya.
And Casey's back in the studio, hitting all the right buttons.
Good for Casey.
Our first trip here. We're excited. This is our Tuesday home now. Did you know we were invading your? No.
No, I don't normally work on Tuesdays at all. I just got scheduled randomly. I went to go say hi to Brad, and he sent me over here.
Well, now you're streaming, and you're talking. People all over the world are looking at you. We have.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you how many people. Patrick, he'll concur
I can
with
check.
this. We probably have a couple dozen people over the world watching right now. A couple dozen.
Nice.
Couple dozen. How long you worked here?
I worked here for, I believe we reopened from the fire that happened here about 5 years ago, and I restarted then.
The whole time. So you went through the new ownership, Josh, who took over in April. Yeah. He's been kind enough to, get our show in. We'll be here every Tuesday. Then
That's fabulous. That's great to hear.
On Tuesdays, you guys have trivia after us,
yes,
right?
Yep. We do have trivia. On Mondays, we do bingo, which is pretty fun. Nice. I believe we have a music bingo on Thursdays. So there's some nice events going on here, and this is a great addition to have for the location.
Patrick and I have talked. Obviously, Wings is in the name. Hurricane Grill and Wings. You guys are known, and the franchise is all over. I go to a bunch of them. Wings are wonderful, but don't sleep on the tacos. That's kind of taco. Look at grilled steak and avocado taco, Baja fish taco. This guy, he's going to eat one of everything, by the way. Chicken BLT, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, you can get those crispy or grilled. The grilled are so good as well. I mean, you can't go wrong with crispy, but black and grilled BLT tacos are so good as well.
Patrick, have you noticed a theme with our show? We're out at different locations. Mm-hmm. Patrick, just about every location we go, there's a bunch of pretty girls running around.
Yeah. I think you did that on purpose.
It just happens, Pat. You helped me sell the show. I mean,
and you're out of the game, so it's crazy. Both of us are out of the game.
Yeah, out of the game. You know what he means by that? We're done with the women.
No
wedding ring or anything, but it's just too much work.
Too much.
I got a philosophy. Whoever she is, the next one.
You gonna find me?
She can find me.
There you go.
A lot of work. Well, thanks for your time. I know you've got some tables. You'll be here. You'll be here all afternoon, evening. You just coming on?
I just came on, but I will not be here till close. But I will be here for a majority of the evening. So.
And remember, tell everybody your name again.
I am Maya.
They can come in and ask for you.
Yes.
Do you have set days?
No, I'm usually here mostly on the weekend. Occasionally, you'll find me behind the bar, but for the most part, I'm split in between both aspects. I'll be on the floor behind the bar. So.
Patrick, the bartenders are mad at me. There's a couple guy bartenders. I didn't ask them to be on the air.
Oh.
And she shows up. Get on the air.
We can get Logan over here.
No, we're okay.
Why are you a sports? Is she a sports fan?
Sports fan?
I do pay attention to it, but I am not the most into it myself.
All right, I'll help you out as you go back to your tables. I'll help you out. Here's all you need to know. Just repeat after me. Go Gators.
Go Gators.
Nice. Maya's doing all right.
That's easy.
Thanks, Maya, appreciate you. Maya. Oh, Maya. That's Maya. Maya. Oh, Maya. Oh, my.
There's a water on Uncle Terry.
Hey, the chat board is open here. Patrick, throw some water. Hey, Patrick, I can't. She came over and hugged me. Patrick, that wasn't set up. I mean, girls hug me. What can I say, Patrick?
I hear you. It sounds, yeah. Then you try to play the innocent card.
No,
innocent. Not me.
Hey, Patrick. By the way, Brad Miller, remember our oil change location?
Yeah.
That's Brad Miller, owner and operator. He's taking good care of us. One of our other sponsors is here at our new sponsors hangout. This is Brad Miller's hangout. Yeah. Remember from the oil change?
Yeah.
It's fun outside. And
man. What a great people. Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They fed us good. We should hopefully we can do that again.
Brad got that grill going. Remember that? He got that grill going out there.
We might be able to throw some more stuff. But what we do? We did people had to come up to put their name in the Crown Royal bag.
Remember that?
For a chance to win Gator Bowl tickets to the Tax Slayer game.
Yeah. Gave away Gator Bowl tickets. That was great.
Yeah, that was great.
Before we go to break here in a few minutes, the number of the day is 32. 32 days.
32.
Start of college football season. Florida State and Georgia Tech kicking it off for real. 32 days. 3-2. 32.
Trap game, baby.
You think so? I'm hearing people say that now a little bit. Do you think?
Well, first game of the season, new quarterback. You know, I one thing that I can foresee happening with Florida State is because I do envision that their team is upset about last year. Still, they're carrying that. A lot of guys are carrying that. And
right.
Coach Norvelle for sure is. You just hate for those emotions to get in the way of the execution. And not letting the game come to them. And then that's when, you know, guys are going out there for blood and they're overcommitting. You know, Georgia Tech runs some trick plays here or there. And then we're like, oh, man, this is a 3-point game with 4 minutes left. Ooh, you know.
And you're 6,000 miles from home. It's a 4-point game, right?
I feel bad for the people in Ireland that have to hear for 3 hours.
You don't like the war chant?
I don't mind the war chant. I just can't stand it for 3 straight hours. And then I asked the Florida State fan, I said, listen, you can't tell me you enjoy that the entire game. Like other schools have diversity. You know, it's great to be a Florida Gator multiple times in the game. But if that was our only chant, I would get it. That would be terrible.
Yeah.
But all Florida State does is that.
Hey, can you remind people what your record was at Florida against the Noles in basketball in 4 years?
Oh, in basketball, 4-0.
4-0?
And it was crazy, man. When we beat them my junior year, man, it was like they didn't even show up to play.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It was like the game was over as soon as we tipped the ball up in the air.
That's the Patric Young effect. You spooked them.
I didn't have a great game that I remember because I missed a few, but we were just like, they couldn't. It's our defense. It was our defense. That's what it was.
Let's take a break here. Got a lot to get to. Coming up about 4:40, we'll talk with Stuart Weber from Action Sports Jacks. Get his thoughts on the wonderful news. Jacksonville has locked up Tyson Campbell for an extended period, 4 years, 76.5 total, 53.4 million guaranteed. So one half of the field is taken care of. I think he's just a star waiting to happen. I really do. Good news, though. Just take stuff off the plate, though. Good for the Jags as camps are opening. Tomorrow, I think camps open everywhere in the NFL, right? Tomorrow is the 20. No, tomorrow. Yeah, I think today and tomorrow camps are opening up everywhere. Everywhere. That time of year, 32 before the start of college football season. We'll take a break. There's a good-looking shot of downtown Jax Vegas. Looks a little hazy, but it's that time of year. We'll come back talking some more ball live from our Tuesday brand new location, our Taco Tuesday location. We're at Hurricanes, Jointon Creek. Come by, say hi, or make sure you get by during the week. Tacos, wings, great menu. You'll love it here at Hurricane, Jointon Creek.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Just taking a look here at the menu as you're taking a look at the high shot of downtown Jacksonville. Boy, they know what they're doing here at Hurricanes Grill and Wings. Obviously, wings are what they do best. And, man, look at the menu here. Patrick, they know what they're doing. How about their classic buffalo choices of sauces? Ridiculously, let me move that menu, ridiculously hot, extra hot, medium, mild, garlic, parm, buffalo, hot. I mean, they got it all. They've got barbecue sauces for your wings and your tenders. Of course, Asian-inspired, a little teriyaki there, Patrick. Sweet side, of course. Spice rubs, and, man, signature flavors. Garlic Inferno, Dynamite, Coco Loco, Boss, on and on and on. One of each, please, Patrick. One of each.
Yes and no.
Sample.
I don't want or need any of that hot stuff.
Yeah, I don't like the hot stuff.
You said garlic, Inferno, something.
Ooh.
No.
I start talking Inferno and ridiculously hot. That's for the big league wing eaters, right? That's for the major league wing eaters, not us.
Yeah.
By the way, you probably know where Hurricanes Jointon Creek is at. We're in the heart, deep Mandarin, right here at the Jointon Creek Bridge. But if you don't know, the physical address, 12795 San Jose Boulevard, right here in the heart of Mandarin. Glad to be here every single Tuesday. We help you folks, represent, come by when you can after work or what have you. Easy to get to, just a fun place. Hurricane Jointon Creek, our Tuesday home. Tomorrow, we will be right back at Twin Peaks tomorrow. Our Wednesday home, man, we've got all days but one, Patrick, and I think we got number one Monday taken care of. We'll make an announcement soon, hopefully, on that. Hey, man, I want to go over something crazy here. I'm glad Dr. Bates is not here to listen to this. I don't know if you saw the rundown this morning. So there's this thing out in the area of Death Valley, which, number one, that should tell you something. It's called the world's toughest foot race, Patrick.
Oh, no.
This is nuts. So there's a Wilmington woman, and this is in Death Valley, California. Wilmington woman taking part in what has been deemed the world's toughest foot race. Invitation only. Badwater 135 Ultra Marathon involves traveling 135 miles over 3 mountain ranges in less than 48 hours, Patrick. Temperatures, Patrick, get this, often exceed 120 degrees as it takes place in one of the hottest places on earth, Death Valley. This lady, okay, Emily Lyons, this isn't her first rodeo. She has completed the ultramarathon last year, and she's trying for the record. One lady has done it 5 times. Can you imagine that? 5 times doing that type of marathon. And get a load of this, Patrick, how she trains. Often, I would run a couple of miles with my black hoodie on, with my hood up, and black sweatpants, says Emily Lyons. So my neighbors thought I was crazy. To ensure her safety during the race, each person is followed by a group of supporters in a van. In Lyons' case, her husband and a few friends. They supply her with anything she may need. Patrick, if I was a doctor...
Can they supply her with air conditioning?
Yeah, a pool, air conditioning.
Is that against the rules? She needs a break. Just let her sit in the car for a minute.
And being serious, if I was a doctor, I would not have my hands anywhere near this. Would you? Crazy. I mean, that's got fry your brain written all over it.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, just imagine how hot your body gets during that with no chance of cooling down. I wonder how many people they invite.
Yeah,
like if you get the invite, this is so cool. Do I really want to do this?
And to get invited the first time, do you send in a resume? Okay, I slept in my house where I set the heater to 105. How do you initially prove that you've got sort of what it takes to do this thing?
Oh, isn't that a great question?
God almighty, but Patrick,
you figure that part out.
Aren't you asking to fry your brain?
Well, yeah. But I do remember seeing here on the news recently that one of the hottest days ever recorded was in Death Valley.
Of course.
At 134 degrees.
Hey, Patrick, listen to me. It's called Death Valley.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The name of it is Death Valley. That doesn't evoke images of ice cream and pools and air conditioning.
That's where the phrase, Terry, common sense isn't.
Yeah.
Like it's not you and I hear that and are like, oh, there's no way in hell. No way and I've run or just walked in like one of those garbage bag type things to sweat.
Yes. And I hear that's terrible.
At a certain point, I was so weak. Probably went and I don't know, I probably didn't go longer than 30 minutes, but just all that sweat, all that fluid getting out of your body and system, like you can't drink enough water to catch up.
I've done that too. I've done that when I was younger, stupid. Wait a minute, I'm really going to sweat off. I'm going to go on my run and I'm really going to sweat. I've even done saran wrap, which is the same concept. Patrick,
this saran wrap?
Yeah, you could saran wrap I didn't have one. So saran wrap your legs and your torso and all. And at the end of your run, when you go to cut it off or take it, it's pouring sweat. And you got to understand, Patrick, you're with that bag that you wore or the saran wrap, your pores function for a reason. And you're taking your pores out of the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that heat's just going nowhere. I mean, it's getting out of you, but it's staying right within you, or because it doesn't have a place to escape.
God almighty, I don't think anybody should say, hey, I got an idea. Let's put together a sporting activity in this location called Death Valley. What good is coming out of that? Patrick, it's Death Valley. For God's sakes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Coming up about 4:40, we'll visit with Stuart Weber, get deeper into the Tyson Campbell extension that was signed or announced anyway today. This was really understood that it was coming down.
Yeah.
He was going to get extended, particularly once Lawrence and Hines Allen were extended. It would have been been a little bit hard to extend Campbell probably before the other two. You really had to take care of those guys. So we'll talk with Stuart Weber. We're closing in, Patrick, on Snoop Dogg. Did you see now where Snoop Dogg is going to be part of not the United States contingent on the walk-in? He's going to be part of the actual torch.
Yeah.
It travels from, Greece, and it goes to the location. I'm kind of surprised about that, though, Patrick. Shouldn't the people handling the actual torch going to light, shouldn't that be all French people?
I think so, yeah.
I'm a little surprised.
I think that's only right. It makes sense. Like, they should be able to honor, like, Tony Parker or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone that's French. Yeah, should be doing
it's
that.
Odd to me that an American is part of the torch being run, and they do this every Olympics. They run the torch to the next city and light the new, Paris will have their big flame and they'll light it. But I was a little surprised. I like it. I like Snoop. I can't wait to see what he does. Wouldn't you love to see him do his leg in his his gin and juice video? He had that green car. He's riding down the road in that green. Remember that? You know the video, and he's in the green car. Gin and juice. You look at me like I'm crazy.
You are.
The song Gin and Juice.
I know the song.
The video.
I don't remember the green car.
He's kind of in a green car, I think. Kind of a gangster.
You have a memory of an elephant.
I don't know. Forget it. Maybe I was wrong. Forget it.
You could be right.
Thanks for supporting me, though, Pat. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. Other things we'll get to today on the program. We'll break in a minute so we can get Stuart on. The all Big Ten preseason USA Today first and second team football was announced. I want to get into that. The ACC really cranked up today, so we should get some news from the ACC the next couple of days. We'll try and get Brent Beard on to break down, what was said and things like that. Patrick, I'm going to be the first to bring it up because I know you love this person. I mentioned we're 32 days away from college football. You know what else that means? The Beth will come back.
Oh, I don't mind the Beth.
Beth Owens.
You don't like the Beth. You don't like. She's not terrible.
And you can never find any tape of me not liking Beth Mowins and thinking she's terrible. It's the pitch of her voice, Patrick.
Yeah.
She'll be back, though. You'll get the Beth soon. She's drive you crazy?
It doesn't drive because you had to listen to her a lot with softball here recently, and I don't know. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Oh, the Beth.
Okay.
The Beth. And, Florida and Florida State, really in the last decade or so, they've gone through periods where, unfortunately, if you catch a lot of noon games, noon kickoffs, an occasional big noon game. Okay, Fox they'll put a big game at noon, and occasionally there'll be like a triple header, Patrick, and the noon game will be good, the middle game will be good, and the night game will be really. But for the most part, and Florida and Florida State went through a big period. Florida's kind of still in it. If you catch a lot of noon games, you're going to catch Beth on one of your plays.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to catch Beth. And if you catch a lot of Beth, you haven't had a good season, probably.
You haven't had a good season. Yeah, she's not on big games. No.
Right.
No, she's not on big games. No. Because then, yeah. But, it just sucks because she's good. She's good at her job.
She's not bad.
And,
it's her voice.
Just the voice.
Oh, and people will hear me say this a million times. I think Beth Mowins is talented as a play-by-play. I think Beth Mowins has good pacing, which is important, I think. I think Beth Mowins is a professional, knows where to go, knows how to incorporate her analysts in broadcasting. It's just the voice.
Yeah.
And you're like, how in a field where visually and audio are part of it, how did she get that far with that voice? And I always use the analogy, you can't have shaky hands and be a surgeon.
You cannot.
It would just be hard to be a surgeon if you've got shaky hands.
Yeah.
Oh, Beth Mowins. but probably a terribly nice lady. But we've just had fun.
Oh, hey, Terry, how's it going?
Yeah.
Immediately, you just be like, "Oh my god!"
I'm Beth Mowens. Welcome to Florida Field, where the 2-6 Gators are taking on Vanderbilt in a, frankly, toss-up game here. Vanderbilt's 0-6, but hasn't been. Along with who? Let me tell you who I really like. If we're going to do this male-female thing, I mean, I think, and this is an analyst, not a play-by-play. Beth Mowens is a play-by-play person, and there's a difference. As you know, you're an analyst. Doris Burke.
Yeah.
And I don't watch a lot of NBA, but
she's good.
She was involved in the playoffs a lot. Doris Burke, as an analyst, I think is big time. I think she's really, really good. You agree?
I think
really good.
No, I think and she was getting so much criticism because I get, there's always going to be criticism, but she knows the game. She's been following the NBA for so long.
She really does.
And she breaks it down really well. She was very pro Boston in the finals, which I think a lot of people didn't like. But no, Doris Burke, Lisa Salters, and I'm surprised Lisa Salters hasn't been an analyst because she's been doing it forever. I'm not sure if Erin Andrews wants to be an analyst, but she could as well. She's been doing sports forever, but she kills it on the sideline as well.
Yeah, I would imagine Erin Andrews, I don't know her. I don't know her career path, but I think she's done it so long, made so much money. I don't think she wants another to try and climb another mountain and become.
She made $70 or $80 million from that lawsuit against the hotel.
Yeah, that wasn't terrible. Wasn't that?
It's awful. I'm glad that she got money and compensated for that. It turned out to be.
What was the deal? Was it a hidden camera, or was it they turned the peephole around or something?
He did something through the peephole that
horrible.
Got pictures of her just getting changed, dressed.
Can you imagine not feeling? You're traveling, Patrick. You travel a lot. I've traveled a lot, man. That's your home for the next couple of days. Can you imagine feeling compromised, and particularly a woman? Not that I want that, but I mean a woman feeling compromised in her private space on the road. And then what about the little punk doing that?
Yeah.
What a loser.
But thank goodness, Erin Andrews has money and she's in a place where she could, file a lawsuit and all that.
Yeah.
But she's not the first person this has ever happened to. So it's
Brad Miller posted on the chat, speaking of irritating voices, he says the most irritating thing at college football game is them damn cowbells. Mississippi State.
Well, Brad, guess what? It's a good thing Mississippi State has not been relevant.
Hey, Brad's good friend. Brad's good friend is one of our baseball analysts. Trenton Torsia we have on all the time, and he's a huge Mississippi State guy. He went to Mississippi State, so there's a little dig going on over there. They're both here, by the way. I'm about to break those two up.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, but Brad Miller, Clemson, and FSU. FSU's got what you said, and then he's complaining about the cowbell. Right.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Hey, let's take a break. We'll reset after this break here live from Hurricanes here in Jointon Creek. We'll hopefully hook up with Stuart Weber from Action Sports Jags. He's around the Jaguars, covers them, and really has got a good feel for what's going on. We'll catch up with him, his thoughts on the Tyson Campbell situation. Great news for Jacksonville. They locked up another one of what they think is their star players for an extended period of time. I think the window's now. They better win now here the next 3 or 4 years while the salary cap hasn't bitten them. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Patrick Young, Terry Norvelle, and you. We're live at Hurricanes, Jointon Creek.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
All right, back we are. Big news from down there in that area, downtown Jacksonville. Big news. Is that Maya coming by to see if I need a Diet Coke? Maya. We're fine. Nothing from the bar. I don't want Patrick Young, my co-host, and Stuart Weber to get mad at me for drinking on the job. Thank you, though, if you get me some Diet Coke. Back here on the show, there's that guy, Patrick. Maya came back and said, Terry, would you like anything from the bar? I said, Diet Coke. She said, do you want anything else from the bar? You know what she was implying there, Patrick?
It's happy hour, Terry.
Can't do that. I'm working here. It is happy hour. We are at
Who judge you?
Hurricane.
Just put a lime. Just put a lime, right there on your.
You mean kind of like this? It's water. This is just water.
For your Diet Coke. And
I promise.
Tell them to spice it up. Just like, hey, spice it up for me.
Kick it up a notch. Thank you so much, Maya. I do believe we've got Stuart Weber. There he is. Hey, Stuart Weber from Action Sports Jacks. As if you're not working enough this afternoon and this evening, we thought we would sit you down and talk some Jags. And Tyson Campbell, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. It's a short 10-step walk from the sports office, so I don't mind it at all.
Thank you so much. Obviously, everybody knows of Stuart from Action Sports Jacks, anchor reporter. I don't know if you and Patrick have met. Patrick?
Stuart? I don't believe so.
Stuart, you will meet soon.
Indeed, I know we covered the ride all the way out to Dallas in that Final Four year.
Oh, yeah.
So we've certainly had a couple paths cross, but that's when he was in the athlete days. You don't remember the reporters quite so much. You just got to focus on the games at that point. So I get it.
Somebody, his mom or his dad or an agent said, Patrick, with a smile like that, find a camera. Find the microphone and find the camera. Stuart, big news here today. It was expected. It was coming down the pipe, we think. But it's good to get it out of the way. Stuart covers the Jaguars. You're around that team and down there all the time. Tyson Campbell, his deal got done. It was pretty imminent, right? But it's nice to take, and I think this is probably the final big extension of this group right now. It's nice to take all that stuff, Lawrence, Hines Allen, and now Campbell, off the table now, right? Go play football.
Yeah, and I think a big emphasis for this Jaguars front office here the last few months, and even Shad Khan has recently said it, that they want to take care of the guys they drafted. They want to, progress the people that they brought into the building. Don't worry about free agents as much. Worry about the guys that you have developed and nurtured along the way. And this is an example of that. A guy in Tyson Campbell who had a terrific second season with the team. Even his rookie season was good. Now, a lot of people will look at the numbers and say, okay, 4 years, $76 million. That's a lot of money for a guy who didn't play well last year. Well, they're not doing this off of last year's performance, right? Sure. Last year, he was injury-plagued. He had a hamstring hampering him throughout the entire year, and his year was down. He'll tell you that, the fact that he didn't have a great year last year. But this is the team banking on what they've seen not only in those first two seasons, but also in this new offseason. Remember, he's getting a new defensive coordinator in Ryan Nielsen, who has a different scheme, which is going to ask for different things of the cornerback. So I'm excited to see how Campbell will play in that Ryan Nielsen scheme. And obviously they're excited about it too, because they're instilling a lot of confidence in him with this contract.
Go ahead, Pat.
Yeah, I mean, it is tough in terms of playing through injury.
Yeah.
Where else do you just see the rest of the secondary outside of Tyson Campbell? If he is able to stay healthy, is that going to be enough to make this secondary above average?
That's a good question, right? I mean, that's one of the needs that they had to address in this most recent draft, and they feel like they may have in bringing in a guy in Jerrion Jones from Florida State. Not to mention, you talk about Darby and Savage as two free agents that they brought in. Remember, they're trying to get away from the free agent thing, but for the time being, you might have to rely on some of those veteran guys to fill in these holes as the young guys are trying to develop. And look, when Campbell was out, the secondary absolutely suffered last year, and you could see that they didn't have that depth that they needed to be a top-tier NFL secondary, and they expect him to be healthy. They expect him to lead that unit. And what happens after that? Well, that is one of the tremendous training camp storylines we have to follow with especially Jones, the young guy. We want to see how quickly he can come on and try to cement himself in that spot.
Talking some Jaguar football with Stuart Weber of Action Sports Jags. The big news today, the extension signing of Tyson Campbell. Stuart, your thought, and I'll throw mine out. I think Tyson Campbell is kind of knocking on that superstar door. I think he's got all the makings of, he's figured out the league now. He's been in the league a while. He's been hurt a little bit, I get, but he's been in the league. He knows how to be a pro. I think he could be that next player on that roster that becomes close to, sought out in the league. I mean, superstar guy. I'm high on Tyson Campbell.
Yeah, clearly the team is too. It's not just you, right? And a lot of people were having these discussions going into last year with Tyson Campbell, was that he was on that precipice of breaking out and becoming that guy who could be one of the top corners in the country when you talk about the NFL. I mean, he had 5 interceptions and 25 pass breakups in those first 2 seasons combined. And those are big-time numbers to the point that teams were starting to throw away from him and go to the other side of the field. And I heard you guys mention it earlier in the show. When you're talking about that elite corner position, you almost get to the point where they're not talking about you because they're not even throwing it at you. They have to go to the other side and try to find those weaknesses in the scheme.
The game becomes boring.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And so the Jags are hoping that they can just insert number 32 as that number 1 cornerback and then forget it, right? As Ron Papel would say, set it, forget it. You just put him out there, don't worry about it, and then figure out what you're going to do with the other guys and scheme that way.
Well, I'll sound exactly like Terry when I say this. If you insert this team this year and put them in the same circumstances that they went through last year, is this team actually better? Would they go through the same? Would anything change with how the season went? You put this new team in that 8-3 spot. Obviously, Trevor had his injuries and whatnot. Like, is the team actually in those core spots, are they actually better? Do you have the belief like, oh man, if that happens again, we're going to fight through that adversity. We're going to get some wins. It's not going to matter. I'm not. I don't think so.
For me, it's about that guy you mentioned in Trevor Lawrence. If he stays healthy, then I have a whole lot more confidence in the rest of the roster, whatever it's going to do, that they're going to figure it out. He's clearly the linchpin and that most important piece of the roster. Look, Mac Jones has started NFL games. C.J. Beathard has as well. But if you're talking about another season where Trevor Lawrence goes through 5 injuries, I don't like your chances no matter who else is on the roster at that point. So, you keep number 16 upright, you keep him healthy, and then you just deal with whatever injuries are going to come. It is the NFL. You will have injuries. You will have adversity over the course of the season. Do I feel like the roster is in maybe a better place for it? You hope so. You hope that maybe they've worked on that depth, and those young guys that they had on the roster a year ago are now a year older and are replacing some of those older guys that have, moved on from those contracts. You hope that that's the case, but that's up to Doug Peterson and his coaching staff as far as how much they've developed those guys.
Hey, I might sound crazy saying this, but Mason Smith and Jordan Jefferson came from the second worst defense in the SEC. That's my little LSU defense was awful last year. Just saying.
Well, they brought along with them one of the worst coaches then too, because their main defensive coordinator came and joined the staff as well. So they got the whole gang here together. Now, one of the question marks you have though is how are they going to translate from the college game to the NFL game? Because look, they are 2 completely different types of games, and we've seen it so many times before where this highly heralded, touted guy from the NCAA doesn't have the same abilities when you step out there on an NFL field. And vice versa. Some guys translate differently in that regard. So I guess we'll see how they fit into an NFL defensive scheme versus what was happening in Baton Rouge.
Sure. With regard to the roster now and the 3 big extensions, I'm assuming that that's all of the big second contract extensions left right now. The next guy I think that would go through it would be next year if Trayvon Walker throws another double-digit sack, and he would be going into his 3rd or 4th. He might be the next guy, but is it now a situation, Stuart, where the focus shifts to get the rookie signed, and it'll happen. There'll maybe a holdout here and there, but get Thomas signed. Is that the shift now? Is the rookie class get them inked, deals done?
Yeah, that whole group's already in there. Thomas signed his contract back in June, so the rookie side, they're all we don't have any worries on that side. So Thomas already is inked. The rest of the guys are in. They're ready to go. There's no problems with the 90.
And am I correct in that the rookies are kind of know what they're going to get, so there's not a whole lot of negotiation, right? If you're drafted sandwiched between this and this from last, it kind of
in terms of financial terms, yes, financial terms are pretty well spoken for. It's a lot of the extra language in there that certain agents want in relation to their guys that kind of snags things at times. But for the most part, as far as financials go, you know what you're going to get.
I've got one more for you, and it takes smarter guys than me and probably Patrick. The Jaguars had a lot of money, and they just spent a lot of money. There is a cap, and there's this thing I call, NFL math is structured to kind of, if you've got money, you need to go spend wisely. If you do spend wisely and you've got a decent core, you're going to have 2 or 3 good years of football. Generally, the NFL, which loves parity, their math kind of bites you on the 4th, 5th, 6th year. Is this the window now that the Jaguars have to go out this year, next year, year after maybe? They've got to go win a lot of football games because at some point you got to pay for all this spending with that cap. Does it bite you inevitably? You better win over the next 3 years because it's going to bite you at some point.
Yeah, conventional thinking would say that. But I feel like year after year, we continue to learn that while there is a cap, is there a cap? Because look, the cap is going up by these huge chunks every year as these media deals keep going up. And with that, you're able to keep signing these guys to these bigger and bigger contracts. Now, there will be a natural kind of evolution of the roster over the course of these years where those higher-priced free agent guys that they're trying to get away from. And look, Foye Oluokun is one that they re-signed this offseason. He's a guy who got a new contract this offseason. Well, you'll see less and less of those splash pickups like the Eric Armsteads of the world, and more of this develop the young guys, and they have to step into those starting roles and jump in and become that guy. I mean, they're kind of doing it already. If you look at the fact that Antonio Johnson's jumping in, you lose the veteran safeties that you had in the past and Rayshon Jenkins. So you see that evolution of the young guys you drafted and have on the cheap versus the expensive free agents that you had to get when you were an underperforming team. So the combination of that and that rising cap leads me to believe that there is no cap. It's one of those funky things where no matter what, they will manipulate the numbers, they'll manipulate these contracts and make it work. But so far, the Jags have had success with that. And if you don't like Trent Baalke, you can dislike Trent Baalke all you want. The numbers usually seem to work on those contracts that he gets these players assigned to.
And Patrick may have one more, but and then some of the superstars like Brady and Mahomes, they kind of help their franchises at times, right? Brady was known for kind of, if you got smart guys counting the beans down there, as you said, Stuart, they can kind of move the money here, defer it there, and then all of a sudden there is space. It's interesting. Good stuff, Stuart. Patrick, I don't know if you have anything else. I know Stuart's busy.
Well, it's funny you say that because I think Matthew Stafford might have done something similar here going into this season to readjust his contract to help the team out. But I guess, Stuart, the one question, and this Terry, you can answer this too. Putting yourself, let's say, 3 months ahead. What is a hole? One of the biggest holes I guess you can foresee. We're going to be like, I told you so. I told you they weren't going to be good in this area. And like, where do you expect? Like, it's obviously we can't be exactly right, but is there one thing? Like,
Stuart, your biggest question
mark. Address that problem.
Where's your biggest of the position groups?
Biggest question mark for me remains what one of the biggest question marks was last year, and that's the offensive line. And the fact that, you saw it last year where they weren't able to keep Trevor healthy, and a lot of that came up the middle. So what do? They go and address it with a new veteran center in Mitch Morse. Well, keyword there being veteran. How many years does he have? How long is he going to be able to keep up this level? If he has to go out, are you then okay with dropping back in your young guy as that center? Because, look, he's your backup, and he's going to have to go in if he has to. Is Brandon Sheriff going to be able to continue his level of play, which dropped last year as his age has gone up? So that middle of the offensive line. Look, the outsides look fine, right? You're happy about the outsides. You like Cam Robinson. You like Anton Harrison. Heck, you like Walker Little. You got 3 good outside players, only 2 spots for him. But the inside is where you're a lot more concerned and you're worried with that offensive line because they need to give Trevor time to get the ball to his playmakers. And if they do that, the offense can be successful. If Trevor's in the dirt and getting hurt, then you're in trouble.
One more second.
And you've got to get
one more second.
And guys, you've got to be able to, more than not, get 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. Those were nightmares.
Yeah.
That's been an issue for a while, yeah.
Stuart, we'll let you go. Just a real quick peek ahead. You and the entire team, Action Sports Jacks, from Brent, of course, and Dan and yourself and on, Olivia. Man, have y'all started piecing that thing together? Who's where? Because y'all are going to be on the go if you haven't already started, man. It's here. I hope your family knows they're not going to see much of you guys here.
Yeah, it is a jigsaw puzzle without a doubt, but the whole crew is going to be rocking and rolling here for the next few months as football season really picks up. And for us, our extended coverage on television starts with First and 10 training camp. That's tomorrow night, 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30. You mentioned Brent, Dan, Olivia, Marcel Robinson, the whole crew going to be in there covering the whole team coverage. We got to cover like nobody else does in town. So we're excited about the start of camp. And yes, it gets a little busier, but for us, that's the fun time of the year. You don't have to scrape stuff together to try to figure out what the heck you're going to talk about on the news.
Hey, make sure Marcel ain't wearing none of that Georgia stuff up on.
Oh, he will be. He will be.
We were leaving the studio the other day, and oh man, I don't think you could wear any more red than he had.
It was a nice hat. I'm not gonna lie, the hat was nice.
It was. Stuart, thank you, buddy. I know you're busy the rest of the afternoon, evening. Appreciate you, and we're going to milk off you pros as much as we can this season. Glad to be part, sort of the family. I hope we can help you guys as well. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
That is Stuart Weber, of course, from the Action Sports Jacks team. He and the whole team are around this team, the Jaguars, a lot. They really know and have great insight. Pat, that'll wrap up hour number 1. When we come back, a lot of other topics to get to. Our buddy Trenton Torsia, our college baseball expert, he is here. We're going to throw Trent on and talk some ball, some baseball, and you probably have some topics. And Big Ten Media Days, ACC Media Days going on, a lot going on right now. It's overlapping, but football is the cream is rising to the top as football season is right around the corner. 1 hour down, 1 to go from our brand new Tuesday location. Our Taco Tuesday location is now Hurricanes Grill and Wings. Yes, they do wings, but boy, they've got a taco selection. We'll talk about that and more as we come back. The Young and Norvelle Show right here on Action Sports Jacks.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so we like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
There's a good look at downtown Jacks Vegas, as we call it. Kind of overcast, kind of hot. Been hot. The same weather report, Patrick Young, out every day here for the longest time. Hot, dry, get a little rain here and there. Tough it out. It's summertime in Florida. Welcome back to the Young and Norvelle Show. We're coming to you live from our Tuesday location. Brand spanking new will be here every single Tuesday, 4 until 6. It is, of course, Hurricanes Grill and Wings here in Julington Creek, down in the heart of Mandarin. Patric Young joins us, and we've got another guest here. You've heard him a lot during our baseball coverage, college baseball coverage, and of course the Gators and the Noles played deep into the summertime. Trenton Torsia joins us here on site. Trent played at Mississippi State.
Our guy.
You know, you guys know, y'all have met, right?
We have.
Talked a lot of ball.
What's up, my man?
Hey, Patrick, by the way, clanger.
Oh,
Yes, so
That's the cowbell for you, Mississippi
Oh.
State.
just so you know.
I asked Trent. I said, obviously played at Mississippi State, played pro ball, does a lot of coaching now in the area. He's our college baseball analyst, one of them. And I asked him, Patrick. I said, the cowbells. I've watched a million Mississippi State baseball games on TV. Big crowd. Do they? I don't hear them though. Do they ring the cowbells at baseball and basketball?
They do ring them at all sports, and it depends on the venue too. That some of them are outlawed, but yeah, they're at baseball games, loud and proud.
I will say that the when I watch Mississippi State and when you go, you take your cowbell, right? You go to a lot of football games.
I do.
take yours?
I go once a year to each.
Okay. And Patrick, you have to admit, when you watch Mississippi State football on TV from Starkville, a home game, the crowd, and I know there can be some penalties now. I hope referees don't do that. I hope they can control it. But the crowd has been taught well. The rule is you're not supposed to ring them as I think the team is going to address the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and
You're
you
supposed
know,
to stop. And they do a good job, Patrick. If you watch the home crowd, they ring, 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 ring.
they do a great
And
job
stop
because
before
on
the
the
snap.
on the jumbotron it says ring responsibly.
There you go.
So then you just, to my knowledge, there's never been a personal foul for.
Patrick doesn't like it. Though. Look at
Ringing
that
the
face.
cowbell.
Patrick don't like those cowbells. No cowbell for Christmas
great.
present for Patrick.
They're
Trent, how you
fantastic.
doing, man?
I'm gonna get Patrick. I'm gonna gift you one. I'm sorry.
I'll put it, because I'm going to work on it. I'm going to have like a little background with some sports stuff on it. If you send me a cowbell, I will put it on there for people to see it.
Is yours white or maroon or a little combination?
It's a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there multiple? If I was at Starkville at a football game and I looked around, everybody's got them. Are they all just a standard size or some big? Are they customized? Are they the same thing or?
No,
I mean,
you can actually get custom bells.
Yeah.
So some of them have literally baseball handles, like a wooden bat handle. Some of them have like a bicycle grip handle.
Yeah.
Some of them have your standard just grip.
Huh.
And
interesting.
yeah, but so the story behind it, we were talking about this off air, Patrick, is you cannot buy your own cowbell. It has to be gifted to you.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
Your
wow.
first one.
That is really.
So this is why it's a term of endearment. I am going to gift you a cowbell.
Okay.
And you put it in your shrine.
Nice. Look at you two bonding.
I
Oh,
love it. It's great.
how sweet. Hey,
Yeah.
Trent, obviously baseball's a big part of your life, always has been a big part of your life. You played pro ball. You played at a great program, Mississippi State. A couple teammates named Palmero and Will Clark, Jeff Brantley, on and on and on. Right now in the summertime, obviously you work full time, but you've got a hand in the game of baseball. You've been involved with I think a pretty cool league here. It's been around a couple of years, I think. Talk about the Coastal Collegiate Wood Bat, right? Summer Baseball League that our area should have a good, solid college summer league, and we do now. Talk about it a little
No,
bit.
it's a great concept, and it's actually in its fourth year.
Okay,
It's
fourth
my
year.
second year affiliated with them, and I'm the roving pitching guy.
Okay.
So basically, I float from dugout to dugout, and Rick Wilkins is involved, the former major leaguer, as the hitting roving guy, and you just work with guys. You're
And
like,
these
hey,
are high school, current college guys that are looking to play a little bit, get some at-bats, Patrick, in the summertime, but it's a wooden bat league.
It's Wood Bat League, and
What's the concept there? That if they're going to go pro,
well,
you got to pick up a wooden bat soon. So
all the collegiate leagues too are
wooden
are
bat.
wood back now. So it's like a tier 3 league. So if you look at Cape Cod, Alaska, Northwoods, those are all the top tier leagues where the D1 All-Americans go. Then you've got like the Virginia Valley and a league in Kansas, and there's other leagues, and then this is tier 3.
Yeah.
So really, it's an opportunity for. We've got guys. A lot commute from Georgia. There's a lot of Jacksonville kids.
Because this is the closest league for those guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's very needed geographically, it sounds
Yes,
like.
and we have as far as this year anyway, Illinois, and a few from the Northeast. So and what happens with the cool thing about the league is if you're a teammate of a buddy who lives here,
yeah,
his parents live here, they'll come live with the family
sure
for the season, and they have a place to live. If not, they've set up housing at a pretty reduced rate for these guys to live
now,
for 8 weeks.
And Patrick may have some questions as well, but I want to throw some stuff at you. I would imagine if I say what's the goal of the league, there's probably 2 or 3 or 3 or 4 goals. These kids a lot of times are already signed and they're going back to their college, or their high school just graduated, signed, and they're going to the college that they signed with. Or are some of these guys still trying to get looked at? Is this a scouted league? I mean, are the scouts bumping around? And or with the portal, is this a way for a college kid to say, yeah, I just played my freshman year, but I'm in the portal and I'm going to play in this summer league to show off a little bit? I mean, what are some of the goals of this league?
Well, it's all of the above.
All of the above,
actually.
yeah.
Because you've got, if you looked at Division I baseball as a whole, I think last time we talked, it was right at 4,200
in the portal.
In the portal. So a lot of these kids are in the portal for whatever reason. They go to small schools. They don't like where they are. They want to be closer to home or whatever it is. And then the beauty of the league is there are college coaches coaching in this league.
There you go.
So that they would go, we got Middle Georgia, Young Harris that's up in Georgia, up in Northeast Georgia. And they go, hey, I kind of like this guy. I might take a look at him.
Yeah.
Or they know other coaches that go,
yeah,
if you have a need,
absolutely.
Listen, I watched this kid play all summer long.
And Patrick, I think that's true in your sport, basketball. Coaches, most coaches are good guys. And the coach that is coaching this summer and sees a little pepper pot shortstop that's got some game, and he asked about him a little bit. Well, that coach on his college team may be set at shortstop.
Yeah.
But they're networked. They pick up the phone
Right.
and say, hey, Joe, you're his coaching friend. Hey, man, if you're looking for a shortstop, there's a little fellow over here. Patrick, where did you guys, like, when you played at Florida, I don't know if you stayed in Gainesville, and then obviously other guys stayed and you got to work out with other guys. But if you came back to Jacksonville, what did you do to work on your game between freshman, sophomore, junior? Were there basketball leagues like this?
Yeah, no, there would be some good runs, some places where, I could play pickup at JU. I could play pickup with UNF, and some other pros or other college players would be there. I don't think in terms of recruiting, there was that aspect, but
and your sound's not real organized. It's kind of loosely, but you're getting the work in.
You're getting a lot of good work in. Yeah, getting a chance to go out there, stay in shape, stay sharp, have timing, and hopefully doing it without getting injured.
How was the Major League, getting back to Trenton Corsi, the Major League Draft came and went. Were we represented in our area pretty well with the Major League Draft? I think, yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah, and I know the Carnes kid went high, but he went to Florida State, I think, right?
Well, he's going to Florida
State. Going to go to Florida State, drafted, but it went ahead and I think he didn't get drafted anywhere near where people said, because he pretty much let it be known, I want to go to Tallahassee. I've seen the kid play. First Coast, I think.
Yeah, First Coast High School.
Nice player.
So the interesting part about him, he can run.
I saw first time I saw him in your league, he had a triple.
Yeah.
And I had been told, Patrick, catchers, they got a tough lot, man. The position's tough on the knees. A lot of catchers don't run, and certainly as they get older. But I'm at one of your games, and he leads off, I think, and he hits a triple, and it wasn't the two outfielders crashed into each other and nobody could pick up the ball. He was moving. He's going to be a nice player at Florida State. But the draft was kind of North Florida again, I'm assuming.
Yeah. And I think that he's going to turn into an outfielder. They really like him in the outfield because he can run.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got a good arm because his pop time as a catcher was sub-2.
Yeah.
Which is, almost MLB level.
How you doing? Good to see you, my man. Guy walks by Patrick and says, go Dogs. Good for you.
Yeah.
You used to see me at Cheers. Yeah, I might have been there a time or two with one of these ice waters over there at Cheers.
That's exactly right. But yeah, I think Hunter might become an outfielder. Play at Florida State. That was his dream. I actually know his head coach at First Coast.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Barnsley's a great guy, and he's a baseball guy. And but
I played for Rick Wilkins.
Say that again?
A while back.
You did.
Say that again?
Yeah. Rick Wilkins, I played for him.
Played for him, yeah. I played ball with him 1 year at college. We were teammates at FCCJ.
Honestly, he was a big reason why I stopped playing baseball.
I was going to say.
He was good, man. How many years did he play in the Bigs? 7 or 8 years?
11.
11 years in the Bigs for Rick Wilkins. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll see him tonight, but I won't mention that. I'll just.
Oh, you should. You should. It was a blessing.
Okay. Give me a backstory, Patrick. What
so
was
this
issue?
I was 16. I was already committed to Florida, but I was still playing baseball and basketball. And I was with his AAU team with Mike Jones. We were over at Episcopal. Yeah, this is legit.
He's still there, by the way.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Over there playing, and it was tough. Like, for me, I had never played first base. I was an outfielder and a pitcher, and it just took me a while. Like, he was just, I mean, excuse my language. I mean, I get it. He's seen it and done it, but he's a hard ass. Like, he's a freaking hard ass coach. And I just remember I was doing AAU baseball and basketball at the same time. My parents are paying for all that, and tournaments just lined up in a way where I had to miss one tournament, basketball, and then do a baseball tournament the next weekend or something like that. And he didn't like that. And I'm like, dude, in my mind, I'm like, we're still paying you. We're paying for all this. And no issues with Mike Jones. Love Jonesy to death. Rick was just he was a tough coach, man. And
so guys, hold on.
Yeah.
Big news of the day in the sporting world in Jacksonville. Tyson Campbell signs an extension for about $76.5 million. And Patrick Young does not like Rick Wilkins.
No.
Nicest guy in the world, by the way.
Tell him I said thank you for helping me make the clear decision for pursuing basketball.
Go to hoops. Yeah.
Quick, Rick.
I'll let him know, and I'll let you know the response.
My dad joked about that too. He was like, "Oh, you kind of made it easy for us to switch over to basketball." I do still have that, like, what if? What if I would have stuck with baseball? I would have gotten drafted.
Rick saw as tall as he is and said nobody's overthrowing this guy at first base, right? And the reach. Is that the theory with Patrick? Probably.
Yeah, but my question is
6'9" first baseman with arms.
What about a 6'9" pitcher? What was his velo with all that?
Patrick, what was your velocity? Do you remember when you were on the mound? He pitched some.
No, but I did. I hit 94 when I was rehabbing in Atlanta, and I went to one of those spots 94. Called D-Bat, and I hit 90.
I know D-Bat well.
Man, my shoulder, I threw like 80 pitch after not pitching or throwing.
That's real
for
smart.
Like 3 or 4 years.
Real smart.
I threw an 80 pitch bullpen. My shoulder is destroyed for 2 weeks.
Hey, why not go to the fair and throw those heavy baseballs 8,000 times too while you're at it?
I've actually done that, leaving a Jaguar.
But I tell you, I am when any of those things with baseballs at fairs, I'm your guy.
Oh my God!
I bat 1,000.
Real quick, Rick Wilkins story. Rick, great player, two-sport guy. Football is tough as nails. Rick Wilkins to this day is just naturally ripped up. Was in his heyday 6'2", about 225, nothing but muscle, right? So Rick Wilkins, great player at Bowles, right? Two-sport guy.
Yeah.
Football, baseball. Didn't know which direction to go. He ended up, Patrick, and you know this, Trent, he ended up signing and went and played his first year of college football for Furman.
Right.
He goes to Furman.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Right. And, he really wrestled with, which direction am I going to go? Plays football at Furman. After his first year, freshman year, says, you know what? Maybe baseball was my thing. Maybe, I love the game. So he gets with his dad, who's a great guy. They talk about his future. And the way it works, you can't get drafted out of high school, right, until your third year. You're 3 years out of high school, I think, if you go to Division I.
If you go to D1, right.
If you go to a D1 school, you can't be drafted. If you go to Florida, you can't be drafted or Florida State till your third year.
Correct.
Out of high school. D1. Junior college, you can be drafted at any time.
Twice a year.
So the
January.
So Rick Wilkins he leaves Furman and says, I'm going to go ahead and do the baseball thing. So I'm at FCCJ for 2 years before I go to JU. So here comes Rick Wilkins. He goes to Florida Junior College, whatever they called it back then. From Furman to FJC to play 1 year so he would be draft eligible. Because if he left Furman football and he could have gone anywhere. He could have gone Florida State. Well, if he went to the big school, he wouldn't have been draft eligible. You see what I'm saying? At the end of that year. So he goes to wait. And a lot of guys do that. He goes to Florida Community College, plays 1 year. He's a great player, great catcher, tough as nails, hit the ball a mile, great arm. And, of course, he gets drafted, goes to minor league baseball. And 11 years later, it was so cool to watch. I don't know if he played his whole career with the Cubs or most of it.
I mean,
and they were on TV all the time. So there's Rick Wilkins catching for the Cubs. Really cool.
Yeah, he was Cubs, St. Louis, Giants.
11 years.
When he played, yeah.
11-year career.
That's a great career.
And Patrick Young doesn't like him.
I haven't thought of Rick Wilkins until literally you guys said his name.
He didn't say he didn't like him. He said he just
hard ass was the word, I think.
No, he pushed him out of baseball. That's
yeah.
You know what? It was probably the right decision for you.
Patrick, as we go to break, and I know you got to get to a game. When you threw it 94,
I like that hat.
When you threw it 94, did you have any concept of where it was going, or was it just were you wild, or did you have any control?
No, I was hitting the strike zone. It was one of those nets that has the strike zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't I was hitting the strike zone, but I wasn't not every pitch. Again, this is 3-4 years since I last pitched.
What are we doing? I would have taken that.
94.
I could have been your agent.
Hey, 94 just 94.
Just loose and free, and here it is.
And back then, the guns probably were a little bit older, not as advanced. He probably throwing 96, 97.
Today's 100, yeah.
Yes. All right, Patrick, you stay there. You get to the baseball field. You were going to say something?
I will get you one of these caps if you like them.
Yes, absolutely.
What size?
I've got one. He doesn't
He's small, medium, large.
Medium, large.
Extra large or large, extra
Patrick,
large.
how many hats do you have right now at your house, probably?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Guy's got a lot of hats.
10, 11, 12, 13.
A lot of hats.
So I owe you 2 items.
A cowbell?
Two?
Cowbell's might take a minute.
Oh,
Where do you go to get one of those? Do you order them?
You can order them, or
gift it?
I could actually go to Starkville and
nice.
Be really authentic about it.
Whoa. From the bookstore or something, maybe? Or
anywhere.
That'd be great. All right, buddy.
You gotta sign it. You gotta sign it.
Go coach some baseball. Go shape some young lives, okay? Go coach a pro.
I just don't want to ruin anybody.
No, don't ruin anybody.
I don't want to chase anyone out of the game.
Yes, exactly. That's our buddy Trenton Torsia. He's with us a lot during college baseball season. We appreciate it. Patrick, stay where you're at. Got some stuff to get to, including, Patrick, a really neat chart I came across, and I sent you the copy. I hope you've got it.
Yeah.
And I think we've got the graphic. We'll pull up on the next segment of where the big 3 sports in particular, where their revenue comes from. And it's very interesting. NFL, MLB, NBA, they do it all well, but they do it different.
Yeah.
They do it different. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. Cruising through a Tuesday edition, our first visit of many. Will be here every Tuesday. Hurricanes, Julington Creek. Come by, say hi today or anytime. We thank the folks, Josh Perry and his staff, for rolling out the red carpet. We'll be here every single Tuesday. Break time. Plenty more on the other side of the Young and Norvelle Show.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage.
I was tempted.
It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor,
I was certain.
the meat, the love, the community. Our
To
community.
change you and you will be mine.
Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
The Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jacks app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's gonna bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jacks Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
All right, back we are. Terry Norvelle sitting inside our new Tuesday home. We are set up at Hurricane, Julington Creek, right in the heart of Mandarin. Glad to be visiting the good folks of Mandarin. Our show has expanded. We're all over the city, all over Duval now, and we hope to have a Monday show location announcement soon. Talking to one or two people. Hopefully we'll get out on Monday as well. Terry Norvelle here. Patric Young joining us, of course, here on the Young and Norvelle Show on Action Sports Jacks. And Pat, I sent this graphic your way. By the way, Patrick is at home right now broadcasting. He announced, I guess, yesterday that you tested positive for COVID, so they're going to quarantine you for a few days, right?
Yes.
When was that? Was that Friday or over the weekend that you got the test positive?
I did the test on Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, recent.
Yeah. Wait. Or on yesterday morning.
Okay.
I would say my symptoms started on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the symptoms started. But
and you've had it once?
Yeah, but like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the vaccines aren't like measles or mumps or something lifetime.
No. They don't prevent transmission, nor prevent you from getting it. It's
what the hell did you take? What the hell did you get a shot for then?
I guess it's the mindset of like if if you get it, it's not going to be as bad. Which I don't know. I think you're more at risk of anything, of dying from anything, if you have other health issues.
Sure.
Anyways,
Sure. Hey, tomorrow I'm not positive if we're going to have our sports medicine segment with Dr. Aaron Bates from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. How about this? Dr. Bates, who deserves a vacation, he took off last week. Remember, he went to Spain. He and his family, their vacation is in Spain. And we told Dr. Bates, hey, man, we can skip it. You know, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, you guys have been great to us. We'll talk about you guys. Your spots will run. And he said, hell no. Remember, he was in the airport last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be with us tomorrow. If he is, Patrick.
He said he will be.
Yeah, he'll try. We sent him a couple topics.
I think he said he's back.
Yeah, including Ozzy Albies. How about the Braves? I don't know what they did to the injury gods, but the injury gods are mad. Albies.
The injury gods are mad that the baseball gods allowed the Braves to be such a great team last season. And because they just kerplunked in the playoffs, the injury gods are like, well, this is what you get for wasting the blessing we gave you.
Ozzy Albies, their second baseman, in a collision, breaks his wrist.
Yeah.
The latest injury. Get a load of this, Patrick. And I don't have the guy's name. Shame on me. Because of the Albies injury, the Braves went out and signed a guy that got released by the Phillies. This guy, I can't remember his name. I just saw it. And he's just a utility guy, right? But he can play multiple positions. The Phillies just let him go, right? He's not a great player, but he's a valuable multiple position guy. So the Braves just signed this guy. And Patrick, taking ground balls yesterday, on his throwing hand, he takes a bad hop off one of his fingers, so he's hurt. The Braves can't catch a break, but Albies is supposed to be out 8 weeks. We're going to talk to Dr. Bates tomorrow. You know, can that be sped up or anything? And boy,
Did you see how it happened?
I heard he got like hyperextended running into a guy or something.
Yeah, ball was hit kind of up the middle, more towards the second base side, and he's running to try to field the ball as the runner is sliding into second, and as he's reaching for the ball, his hand goes right to the guy's shoulder, and it's in a very bad angle, and like immediately, you could see that he's hurt.
Man, and especially a middle infielder that swings the bat, and middle infielder, you'd rather break your forearm, your arm, than your wrist, man. Wrist in baseball
you rather have a lower body injury, I guess, because then you can still throw,
I think so.
catch. Maybe you can still hit to an extent, but like he can't swing a bat. I mean, he could probably do some drills with one hand, with right hand or left hand in the sling and using, I don't know.
And then the Braves, Max Fried, one of their best pitchers, forearm neuritis. I guess that's some kind of inflammation you don't hear that very often. Forearm neuritis.
I never heard of neuritis, but I know itis at the end of any word is irritation. Inflammation.
Inflammation, yeah.
Yeah.
So we may get with depending on Dr. Bates' travel schedule, and if he can, we'll have our wonderful Wednesday Southeast Orthopedic Specialist medical discussion tomorrow with Dr. Bates, pending his schedule. Pat, you saw the graphic I sent out. I thought it was very interesting. The 2023 revenue numbers are in from last year, and here it is. We'll leave it up for a little bit here. This is the numbers that have come in from last year, where the NFL, Major League Baseball, and particularly the NBA, where they derived their revenue from. And, Pat, I was fascinated by this graph. I don't know if things grabbed you, but number one, look at the NFL. 66% of their revenue rolled in from TV and media. We knew that, but Mike, look at that pie chart. TV is good to the National Football.
Are we counting that? That does obviously count as commercials too, right?
Yeah, that's everything. That's everything. Selling, I think that's everything. Selling their rights, whatever cut they get, anything.
18.7 billion.
Yeah, total revenue brought in. Now we don't have the expenditures, but 18.7 billion. 60. Well, look at the other sports TV wise. Baseball, 26% from television and media. The NBA closest to the NFL at 41. Patrick, that's 25% behind the NFL.
Yeah.
Hey, this chart right here tells you that the last thing in the world Major League Baseball and or the NBA wants is for the NFL to expand into different calendar parts.
Yeah.
Right? The NBA would hate spring NFL football and Major League Baseball and summer because the television boys will find the NFL, won't they? Look at that pie chart. Look at that pie chart.
Does this where do you think where does FanDuel and gambling kind of fall in?
Yeah, I guess
Which one of these categories? Think team sponsors?
Probably team sponsors. Yeah, good point.
Okay.
Probably team sponsors. I'll tell you another thing that jumped out to me, and I've known this and I understand it, but look at the NFL. 1% of their revenue was derived from local TV media. And we've been talking about this for a long time. The national media is so big now and so strong that your local franchises, they used to need local media. They needed the local newspaper in the day. They needed the local TV stations, right, to publicize them. They needed the media. Where do you get our tickets? How do you get our tickets? What time's our game? Hey, those days are gone, Patrick. They don't need look at the NFL. The NFL doesn't need local media anymore to promote their games. It's all done nationally. The national boys are so saturated, they don't need it. That struck me. 1% local media.
Hold on a second. I typed something in because I wanted to see what is 1% of $18.7 billion.
What is it?
Let's see, $18.7 billion is going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, internet. Come on, Wi-Fi.
While you're waiting, ticket sales. The NFL, when it comes to you and me buying tickets, going down there, what do you got, Pat?
$187 million.
And that's 1%.
That's 1%.
1%. I don't know if any other percentages grabbed you. How about the NFL? 17%, only 17% from ticket sales.
Well, I just wonder if that number's so quote unquote small because national TV media is so high.
Maybe.
Like I'm sure. Like I wonder how much money is that 17% in comparison to the 31% in baseball. I bet it's there, if not the same, close to it.
How about the NFL derived 6% of their revenue from concessions and parking? Only 6%, which, some of these places let you bring in food. I think the Jaguars, you can bring in a certain amount of food and drink.
6% is, sorry. 6% is $1.122 billion.
Man, these numbers are unbelievable. But it really grabs me, though. 66% for the NFL TV. The next closest, 41% with the NBA. That's a nice number. But when you say that's 25% behind, and that's where the money's at. The money is in the national rights.
I had to do this, Terry. So look at this. This is crazy. You're going to be like, what? 66% of this $18.7 billion is more than the entire revenue of baseball and basketball and NHL. It's at 12.3 billion.
That is nuts.
That's nuts, right?
That is nuts. And we probably sit here and say, we've said it a lot. Well, the NFL, they're trying to conquer the world. Well, this chart with the NFL tells me that they want to think about it. The BBC and other TV carriers over in Europe, that's another, right? If their game can get popular, that 66% grows, right? They'll be on the BBC and I don't know what you may know, European big broadcast networks. They've got their own, I'm sure.
Right? I mean, at minimum, they'll be talking about it. Those networks will be talking about the NFL.
But I mean, they'll sell the games to them
at some point. At some point, yeah.
So the NFL is sitting here salivating, going, if we can make the game popular enough, then we sit down at the table, not just with ESPN, ABC, CBS, right? We sit down at the table with the BBC and whatever the European dominant networks are.
I want to see this for college football.
I would like them to have this for college. Yeah, the numbers would be dwarfed probably, but it would be interesting. It would be interesting. But look at the local TV, NFL 1%. Local TV media, they don't even care because the big media, the national media, takes care of it. It spreads their message. But then look at the other sports. Major League Baseball, almost 25% of their revenues from local TV and media. 13 for the NBA, and we haven't talked much about hockey. But it's amazing that the NFL can pretty much turn. Patrick, I'm telling you, if you're of the age, you'll remember there was a time where sports was so dependent on the local newspaper, or tonight, the local 621 3-minute sportscast. Yep. They were so dependent because that's how they got their message out to their fans. Yep. Hey, don't forget, we got a game Sunday at 1. Hey, don't forget, you can buy tickets. Hey, don't forget, we're in the playoffs. Those days are gone. The local media.
There's no need for them.
The national is so saturated. Right now, we're basically in football season. Right now, it wouldn't take much to search around and find somebody breaking down the NFL schedule. Right?
Let me pull up YouTube TV right now.
Yeah, it is.
Mostly they've been talking about Jordan Love. But yeah. Terry, I do, when we go into our next thing, are we going to have another break?
Yeah, we'll break, come back and have a few minutes. What do you got?
I just was reading this article in the last break that I really want to.
Okay, let's get to it. What's it about?
Right now?
No, not right now, but what's it about?
It is about the Cal, Stanford, and SMU and their transition into the ACC. Okay. And you and I talked about it many a times, theorized what the travel was going to look like and what things they're going to have to do. Wow. It's very, very good.
Good segue. That's Patrick Young. Good segue. That's coming up. We'll take our final break here. Been a fun first ever broadcast live from Hurricanes Jointon Creek. We'll be back here every Tuesday, 4 to 6. Hang tight. We've got one more segment left on a Tuesday edition. The Young and Norvelle Show continues after this quick timeout.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who's coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
All right, we're back here, final segment, having a big time, our first ever broadcast from Hurricane Jointon Creek. We'll be here every Tuesday, happy hour 4 to 6. Tomorrow, we're at Twin Peaks. Remember, Thursday, Sliders Oyster Bar down in Neptune Beach, and then Friday, Bricks Jacks Beach in Jacksonville Beach. We are everywhere, Patrick Young, as we welcome PY back to the show here, fighting a little COVID. He'll be out on the road. Pat, you're going to like this place. You're going to like this place a lot, man.
I love it. Yeah. No, I mean, just I'm a little jealous
Yes.
of each other. I can't lie.
Hey, you teased a little segment there as we went to break. Talk to me about it. What do you got?
So I'm gonna read about 3 or 4 paragraphs. This article is on ESPN. It's actually the headliner right now.
Okay.
And this probably came out since the ACC conference is going on, or their media day stuff.
Yeah.
So at that point, Stanford was deep in conversation to open the 2025 season in Australia. But given the extensive travel they will be required as ACC members, it no longer made sense to play games in other countries. New plans were crafted almost immediately at all 3 schools. They had roughly 11 months to prepare for a new world. For those of you that don't know, California is a long way from the Atlantic coast.
Wow.
For Cal and Stanford, that meant much more of a logistical perspective, given their nearly 3,000-mile distance from the headquarters in Charlotte, where all 3 schools were featuring the ACC kickoff. Think Google Maps to calculate the best route for equipment trucks to drive from Palo Alto, California to Syracuse, New York. Think charter flight cost, consulting sleep experts, revisiting how and when to leave for trips, scouting new teams, and trying to minimize missed classroom time. So this is the crazy part. So Cal, they signed a charter deal with Delta and will use the Boeing 767 to travel for flights this year. Minimum 210 seats. They can't use that at Florida State because Florida State has a small airport. Now all their equipment trucks will depart Mondays for Saturday kickoff.
Wow.
2 drivers, 10 hours on, 10 hours off. The long return home means the trucks will no longer return to California until Tuesday. So game gear, including uniforms, coats, and staff laundry, will have to be packed on the airplane to be cleaned and ready for the next week. Exercise bikes, coolers, some medical equipment, rain gear, and cooling fans will stay on the trucks. And this is the kicker. This is crazy. So Stanford is only one of these new teams that has back-to-back ACC road games. So the first game is going to be against Syracuse. 8 days later, they play Clemson. So Stanford, they said the team will fly home after the game. And I have the reason because I have an extra day to recover between games. Second, the fall semester starts pretty soon.
Right.
But for that truck, it's going to stay in the East.
That is nuts.
The equipment managers will pick the truck up, pack the truck up, and take it to Virginia at a storage place. So,
Patrick, that is absolutely crazy. Well, number one, what is Stanford doing trying to play a game in Australia? Number one, But you hit something as you were reading it. I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. If all that equipment, they're going to have to buy double everything because a lot of that equipment you need to be back. Oh, my goodness gracious. Here's the other thing. Here's the big problem with football in terms of the other sports that will go through this. If you're playing, if gymnastics or what have you, or baseball is a good example. Stanford could do their baseball trip, and there's a very good chance they could have a 3-game series with Florida State on the road this year, and then a 3-game series with North Carolina. Well, football, you only play 1 game a week, so you can't double up your trips, right?
Right.
I mean, or either you're just staying. Baseball and the other sports, golf, if you're playing a road trip playing Virginia at their golf course and then Miami, well, you can stay over here and knock them out back to back to back kind of thing. Football, the issue is you play 1 game per week. Makes it hard. Makes it hard. Wow. How about
and all the gear, all the stuff, I would love if we could like interview a team manager one time and just, hey, what are all the things that you put on those buses and all the stuff you have to bring for a road game? Or even a home game. They bring a lot of stuff
absolutely
on those sidelines.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff, just like broadcasting. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, man, for all these teams. Man, where would you have been? And we only got 5 minutes left, but where would you have been, man, without your shoes in your locker, your jersey, your shorts, your compression gear laid out for you, right?
Yeah, it's a good. Do you really want 18 to 22-year-olds with that responsibility?
No, not at all. That was a good read, Patrick. That was a real good read there.
Right? Isn't that something? And there's probably a lot more in that article, but I was just like, wow, this is.
Hey, real quick, we're about to go off the air here. Our first broadcast at Hurricanes Jointon Creek on Tuesday. We're going to be here. They also have had a long-standing trivia. So trivia starts at 7, right, guys? Josh, 7. And Patrick, we haven't. I don't want to bum rush the trivia guy, but Patrick, I want to see if he doesn't mind at the end of our shows maybe throwing us a trivia question or two. I haven't told him that yet, but wouldn't that be cool, Pat?
That'd be great. What do we get?
And we would prefer. Let me tell you, Mr. Trivia, we would prefer you ask us questions that we know the answer to. If you wouldn't mind, just the ones we know the answer to. Those are the best trivia questions.
All sports-related questions only.
Yeah, and some questions about like Patrick Young's career at Florida. That would help, right, Pat?
No. Yes. I don't even know those because that'll be embarrassing when I don't know the answer, right?
Or the answer is 1 point, no rebounds, fouled out, right?
That too.
That'll just about
right. And then I'll be sad, Patrick.
Yeah, sad Patrick. I had a great time here. Want to thank the entire staff, Josh Perry and his group, for letting us cause trouble here today, kind of setting the stage. Mia, was it Mia that sat down with us? Maya. Yeah, I got to get her pronunciation. She was a blast. She took over the show earlier, right? Pat, you're going to like it out here, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got to beat that COVID, man. Beat it
I
up.
will. I'm already almost there.
Our buddy Trenton Torsia, this is kind of his home hangout, and Brad Miller and my friend Charles came out and had lunch, or actually an early dinner, I guess it was. So thank everybody. Also want to thank Stuart Weber, as if he doesn't work enough, along with the Action Sports Jacks sports team. He sat in and talked the big news today. If you're just tuning in, the big news was the extension deal got done. It was expected to get done with Tyson Campbell. It did, to the tune of, what was it, Patrick? 4 years, $76.5 million,
76, yeah.
with 53 guaranteed. So he's a happy camper. Now the Jaguars expect a lot out of him. They expect a lot out of him. Maya come by to say bye. Can you land? Say bye right here. There's Maya. Taking over the show. But, with that, a lot. The Jags expect even more out of Trevor Lawrence. The Jags expect at least the same bar being set from Hines Allen, right? They're not going to be happy if Hines Allen gives them 7 sacks. They need him to be the high teen sack guy, right?
High teen sack guy?
High teens, like 16, 17, 18. He can't go out and play a whole year and give them 6 sacks. They're not paying for 6 sacks.
I think they got Hines Allen, like his over-under is 12, and I think Trevon Walker is 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
is that right?
I think so.
I would expect Hines Allen, if he plays basically the whole year, if he they would want more than 12. What do you have, 17 and a half or whatever this past year?
Yeah, if he's healthy through the whole year, I mean, I
want more than
don't
12.
see why he can't get 15, 16, 17 again.
Yeah, they would want more than 12, I think, if he plays basically the whole year with a little bit.
I'm fine with him getting less sacks if, obviously points per game defensive is down.
Yeah.
Team sacks are up, maybe pass breakdowns, quarterback hurries.
And pressures, hurries, that all counts.
Pressures, hurries, all that matters, yeah.
That all counts. But, I mean, he's clearly the best player on their team right now.
Yeah.
Regardless of position, I think
regardless of position, he's the best player on the team.
And I'm not sure he's peaked. I don't think he's peaked yet. Do you? I think his next 2 or 3 years will probably be.
And I think now that he got paid, he's going to just like have this mindset of like, I'm the man. Like I'm
so a good day around Jacksonville,
We'll
around the
see.
Jacksonville Jaguars with the probably the final big extension contract that will be worked this offseason. That'll just about wrap it up. Thanks again to the folks at Hurricanes Jointon Creek, our new Tuesday home. Every single Tuesday we'll be here. Remember, tomorrow we go live, Twin Peaks, Atlantic and Kernan. Come by and say hi. For the entire gang and, of course, our producer, I'm Terry Norvelle. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll do it again at 4 o'clock tomorrow from Twin Peaks.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
I was tempted.
It's more than just food. It's a tradition, a heritage. It's about my family and the smiles on their faces. It's about the flavor, the meat, the love, the community. Our community. Barbecue is who we are, and it's what we do.
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com. And while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC.